Southern Hospitality Season 4, Episode 5 Review, Float, Fake Apologies and Friendships on the Edge. Introduction. When the drama floats, but never leaves. If you thought Episode 5 of Southern Hospitality Season 4 was going to give resolution, let me go ahead and save you the trouble, it did not. What it did give was tension so thick you could slice it with a butter knife, friendships hanging on by a thread, and a group trip that felt more like a moving battlefield than a bonding experience. This episode, fittingly titled, Float Around and Find Out, perfectly captures what happens when you mix unresolved drama, bruised egos, and just enough alcohol to make everyone feel bold, but not honest. And let me tell you, this wasn't just messy. This was quietly messy, the kind that creeps up on you before it explodes. The core problem: nobody is saying what they really mean. Before we even get into individual storylines, let's address the real star of this episode. Right finger avoidance. Nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody wants to say the full truth. And everybody is talking, but not to the right people. Instead of resolution, we get half apologies, side conversations, emotional shutdowns, and passive-aggressive energy that could power a small city. This episode is less about what's happening, and more about what's not being said out loud. Emmy versus Brad, the relationship that's quietly collapsing. Let's start with the couple that is barely holding it together. Emmy, I did nothing wrong, on repeat. Emmy spends this entire episode standing 10 toes down on one statement. Right finger, I didn't do anything wrong. And listen, confidence is one thing. But when you're repeating the same line over and over while everyone around you is side-eyeing you, that's not confidence anymore. That's deflection. She wants resolution, but only if it comes without accountability. And that's the issue. Brad, emotionally checked out. Now Brad, he's not yelling, he's not arguing, he's doing something worse. Right finger is disengaging. He avoids conversations. He shuts down attempts to talk. He gives nothing but cold energy. And let's be real, when someone stops arguing, that usually means they're already halfway out the door. What's really going on? Brad was told that Emmy's apology might not have been genuine. And instead of addressing it head-on, he chose distance. Emmy, on the other hand, is confused why things aren't fixed. Right finger, but here's the truth. You cannot fix something you refuse to acknowledge. My take, because you know I have one. This relationship is not in trouble. Right finger, it's already expired. They're just standing around the relationship like it's still fresh, ignoring the smell. Michaels versus Lake, the friendship that snapped quietly. Now this situation, this is the kind of drama that ends friendships for good. The setup. A confidence was broken. Michaels trusted Lake with information. Lake told someone else. And like always in reality TV, right finger, it got back to the original person. Michaels' reaction: silence. Instead of yelling or confronting her, Michaels chose something much more powerful. Right finger, she went quiet. No arguments, no explanations, just distance. And if you've ever experienced that kind of silence, you know it's not peaceful, it's final. Lake, realizing too late. Lake spends this episode slowly realizing she messed up. She feels the tension. She doesn't know how to fix it. She even calls her mom for advice. And honestly, that moment told us everything. Right finger, she knows she crossed a line. But here's the problem: Lake isn't fully owning it either. She's more focused on feeling bad, being stressed, wanting things to go back to normal, instead of actually taking full accountability. My take: Lake didn't just spill tea. Right finger, she broke trust. And in this group, trust is already fragile. This might be one of those friendships that never fully recovers. Joe's birthday. Emo, extra, and exactly what this group needed. Now let's take a break from the tension and talk about Joe. Because baby, Joe said, right finger, if I'm turning 30, we're doing it with drama. The emo party concept. Joe plans an emo-themed birthday party to say goodbye to his 20s. And honestly, it's giving nostalgia, chaos, and just a little bit of I need attention right now energy. Why it works. In a group full of tension, Joe's party serves as a distraction, a reset moment, and an opportunity for even more drama. Because let's be real, right finger, no reality TV party has ever ended peacefully. Mia's situation, when life is messy outside the group too. While everyone else is arguing, Mia is dealing with real-life stress. The breakup aftermath. Her ex sends her belongings back. And they get stolen. Yes, stolen. What she lost: a designer bag, a sentimental trophy, And honestly, it's not even about the items, it's about what they represent. Right finger closure, right finger stability, right finger moving on. Mia's response. Instead of breaking down completely, Mia tries to reframe it. Right finger, she wants to rise like a phoenix. And you know what? That's growth. My take. Mia's storyline reminds us that while the group is arguing over rumors and feelings, right finger real life is still happening. And sometimes, that hits harder than any cast drama. TJ and Michaels. The plot twist nobody saw coming. Now this right here. Right finger unexpected. The pedicure scene. TJ and Michaels go out together, and it's surprisingly comfortable. They laugh, talk about dating, realize they might actually be each other's type. The energy shift. After all the tension Michaels is dealing with, this moment feels lighter. More natural, less stressful, but let's not get carried away. This is Southern hospitality, which means, right finger, if it starts cute, it might end messy. My take. I'm not mad at this potential pairing. But I am watching closely. Because this show loves to build something up just to tear it down. The group trip. Fun on the surface, chaos underneath. Now let's talk about the main event. Right finger, the river trip. The illusion of fun. On the surface, it looks like laughing, drinking, tubing, bonding. But underneath, right finger, everybody is still mad. The energy breakdown. Emmy is defensive. Brad is distant. Lake is anxious. Michaels is detached. And yet, everyone is pretending everything is fine. Reality TV 101. This is a classic move. Right finger, instead of resolving issues, the group travels. Because nothing says, fix your problems, like putting everyone in close quarters with alcohol. My take. This wasn't a bonding trip. Right finger, it was a pressure cooker. And it's only a matter of time before it explodes. The bigger picture. What this episode is really about. If you look past the individual storylines, this episode is about one thing. Right finger cracks. Cracks in relationships, friendships, communication, trust, and the scary part, they're not being repaired, they're being ignored. Accountability, the missing ingredient. Let's break it down. Emmy won't admit fault. Lake won't fully own her mistake. Brad won't communicate. Michaels won't engage. And while each reaction makes sense individually, right finger together, they create dysfunction. Why this episode matters. This wasn't a big fight episode. This was something more important. Right finger, a setup episode. The kind where tension builds, lines are drawn, and everything is quietly falling apart. So when the explosion comes, it's going to make sense. The performative friend group problem. Let's talk about something deeper. This group is starting to feel performative. What that means, instead of being real, they're acting fine when they're not. Smiling through tension, avoiding real conversations. Why it's dangerous? Because eventually, right finger, the truth always comes out. And when it does, it's going to be messy. My final thoughts. Calm before the storm. Episode 5 might not have had a screaming match or a dramatic exit. But don't get it twisted. Right finger, this was one of the most important episodes of the season. Because it showed us who can communicate, who avoids conflict, who breaks trust, and who's already emotionally checked out. The real tea. Let's be honest. Emmy is in denial. Brad is halfway gone. Lake messed up. Bad. Michaels is done talking. TJ might be stepping into a situation. And Mia is dealing with real-life chaos. Final rating. 7.5/10. Checkmark strong character development. Checkmark realistic relationship tension. Checkmark good setup for future drama. Crossmark lack of resolution. Crossmark too much avoidance. Crossmark everybody acting like nothing happened. Closing question, because I need to know eyes. Do you think Emmy is truly innocent? Or is she avoiding accountability like it's a full-time job? And bigger question, right finger, which friendship or relationship do you think is going to completely fall apart next? If you want, I can also turn this into a YouTube script with hooks plus watch time strategy. Add SEO title, description, and keywords. Or create tweet threads to promote this blog post. Just say the word smirk.